Hi, it's Doug. If you're like many lawyers I've spoken to recently, you're concerned about many things, and one of them is keeping the income coming in, keeping the cash flow going. So I'm going to offer you 4 strategies today that you can use right now to maximize the chances of keeping your income coming in and keeping your business going, keeping your practice going. And the first is to run the practice. The rules of business are not suspended in this time of crisis. There are also a lot of things that you're maybe taking for granted. There are people around who can do things. Some things just happen in your practice. This is a time to be thinking about what all of those things are, all the things that you might be taking for granted, going to an office, the person doing your billing, the fact that your mail is going to be processed, and take the time to think those things through. And remember, you're focusing on the business fundamentals. Number 2, rule of entrepreneurship: cash is king. Cash is king right now. So the number one thing I want to suggest is stay out of your clients' pockets. And what I mean by that is, as you're doing your billing and thinking about receiving your income, don't assume that they can't pay. Don't be insensitive, but don't just automatically assume I'm not going to send a bill out because the client can't pay, or I'm going to knock this bill down in a way that I make sure the client can pay it. Stay out of your client's pocket. Get your billing out on time. And if you can, send it electronically. Don't rely on the mail. But get your billing out on time. Capture your time and get your time in. And if your retainer is running low, go ahead and ask. You may have some people who will go ahead and pay it. You may have others who ask for an accommodation, but ask. Check in on your accounts receivable. Make sure that if there's long time receivables that are out there, that you're being prudent on those. The rules of business are not suspended. And continue doing the work that needs to be done based on what your client needs. The third thing is about expenses. You have to know where your money's going, why it's going there, and where it's going. The first temptation may be to just cut all expenses. And my suggestion is give yourself some space to slow down and figure out what expenses are needed and what could be cut. Make sure, but don't cut yet, because I want to talk about that in the third thing. Make sure you have accessible credit, whether it's a credit card or talking to your bank about a line of credit or looking at the SBA for emergency funding so you don't run out of cash. The third thing I wanted to talk about with expenses is not to step on your own air hose. The last time that we had this kind of crisis, not that we've had this kind of crisis, but a big disruption like 9/11 or the crash of 2008, those people who cut off their marketing and cut off their support networks fared worse when things recovered. You want to make smart investments, but you want to continue investing in your practice. You want to continue working on the things that you're working on, and you want to spend your money wisely. And you want to avoid temptations around spending lots of extra money on social media or just throwing money at problems. It's also a time to make sure you've got a really strong network of people around you. What I'm hearing from other coaches is that this is a time when people who are struggling are actually reaching out for coaching because they need someone to help them with accountability and perspective and just being a voice that's not trapped in their head. And that's absolutely a value of coaching. So the first one was run your business, run your practice. The second one is cash flow. The third one is expenses. And the fourth one is marketing essentials. You have to continue marketing. Rules of relationship are not suspended. Relationships are absolutely critical. Caring for your clients, being there for them, paying attention to the problems you solve and the things that they are worried about is going to help you. Talking to them in language that they can understand in an empathetic way is going to help you. When people are in crisis, it's also relatively easy to delight your clients, which is one of the strategies we talk about in marketing that costs you absolutely nothing. A delight might just be getting a phone call saying, it's okay, it's going to be okay. Here's what we're working on for your case. I've thought about you. Your problem is under control. Or the courts are closed. Here's what it means to you. Or I don't actually know the answers, but I want you to know I'm thinking about you and here's some things you can do right now. reaching out is critical. You are the information, you are the person that is translating for them all of the information that's going on about their legal problem. Be there for them. Now more than ever, people need a trusted advisor, because when you are the trusted advisor and they know you're working, when they receive your bill, they're much more likely to pay it. So run the business, manage your cash flow, get your billing out, manage your receivables, pay attention to your expenses, and don't forget the marketing. We will hit a new normal when this crisis is over. The work you do now to maintain and build your relationships and to take care of your clients and take care of yourself will determine how successful you are when we return to whatever the new normal is. Don't skimp on it. So I hope this is helpful for you. If you like what we're talking about, scroll down, leave a comment, and share. And watch for more strategies about how you can survive and maybe even thrive in this time of crisis. All right, till next time. See you later.